why this game has so much drama. Never-ending drama. The game is actually not bad. I can see some issues with it. It's not perfect, right? But I don't think it's a bad game. By the way, this character that I'm showing you is apparently Centaurisi. She will be the next, or is it the current banner, right? So let's talk about the drama. Let's see. Somebody wrote this long, lengthy essay, thesis, whatever you want to call this, right? So we're gonna let this person elaborate. A deep dive into CN waifu or hospital culture, plus the Girls Frontline 2 NTR, a lengthy thread. Holy. Before I proceed, I really, and I mean really, need to emphasize, there's a fine line between culture appropriation and constructive criticism. Culture gap matters. Of course, there's always going to be culture gap, right? Understanding the CN Chinese literature. In Chinese TV shows, there are unspoken rules, which 90% directors and screenwriters follow. Okay, what is this? In Chinese TV shows, there are unspoken rules that 90% of the directors and screenwriters follow. I know. The main character cannot be fat. The main character cannot be ugly. The main character has to be good looking. I think if you watch Western, I think that has diverged a little bit, right? But I think if you watch like any of the Eastern, have you guys watched any Japanese anime? The main character is fat. Have you watched any K-drama? The main character is ugly. Probably not. Very unlikely. Alright, but I've seen some from American before, right? Like the American media. Cannot be bald. Bald is fine. The Rock is bald and he's a very good character in some of the movies that he act, right? I think bald is fine. Okay, female oriented or female main MC storylines. Rule number 1. Okay, male lead cannot be too friendly or intimate with any other woman other than the female lead or a family member. Ooh. So a male main character, I assume, can only be friendly to the female main character, but not with other. Let's see. Is this true? Yeah, the main character has to be like the main character has to be the one that's like, what to say? They have to be the one that's like showing the good moral value, so they shouldn't have that cheating value in them, I guess. Mainly usually have harem in CN novels. Does it? No, I think that's not the male lead, right? They are all pretty with good shape. Yeah, generally. Even though the male lead is handsome and charismatic, this is rule number 2, by the way, he must be a virgin or announce to the viewers he's never been close to another woman and is still a virgin until today. Even if the female lead is presumed to be dead, he must be faithful. Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai X. I think that's one that I can think of. Right? But that's not Chinese, that's Japanese. I can't think of any other. Harem is Japanese fantasy. Manhwa harem. Rule number 3. The female lead will have multiple males throughout the TV show who fall in love with her for no real good reason, which tends to lead to love triangles or reverse harem. Yes, this rule seems similar to a waifu husbando gacha games. That's because gacha writers tend to copy romance media or idol culture elements to help create their parasocial bonds. Okay, that's fair. I'm not sure if I completely agree, but let's read more to understand. In a CN female MC TV show, okay, you will never see the male lead or the male main character give a heirloom to any other woman who isn't the female MC. For a second, let's ignore the value heirlooms represent in Chinese culture. You would be lucky to see the male lead give any woman who isn't the female main character a gift, which could be interpreted as a romantic gesture. For example, boxes of chocolates, flowers, etc. etc. For an example, if the male lead was a writer, he would not give any other woman who isn't the female MC his book. I can see that. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. TV shows only. Yeah, he's talking about CN. By the way, he's more talking like unspoken rules. This is like unspoken rule, right? I don't watch enough Chinese show. I do watch some when I was a kid. My mom always watched this Hong Kong drama and stuff, but yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is it true? Marshall Pick. You've seen older Chinese TV shows that has Playboy MC with tons of women. This is pretty bull. I mean, to be fair, he did say that 90%. 90% of screen directors and screenwriters follow this rule, right? So it's not 100%. So let's take it with a huge grain of salt. There could be some exceptions for sure, right? I'm sure there are some exceptions. So living vicariously or self-insert. When I watch an ongoing CN TV show, Chinese drama show, after each episode, I would like to visit MDL to read reviews in real time. And I've seen several comments which basically say, I like the second female lead, she's quite nice. However, I still do not want her near the male lead. These types of comments are quite common. Okay? So read some comments. Some acknowledge they used to hate the second female lead just because she was the second female lead, regardless if she was a good person before or not. The mere thought that she wants the male lead is a love rival to the female MC was enough for the audience to not like her. Just like a waifu game, the mere thought of another guy who wants your favorite waifu is enough to cause frustration amongst some players. You should read Douban reviews for some Snow Strike Sword, the last big budget harem is wuxia. Some female audiences were not okay with how close the ML was to the other female characters or harem aspect. Okay? Their own lives. Okay. Let's quickly compare a scene. The Walking Dead. Rick's wife believes he is dead. His wife sleeps with another man. In other words, she moved on. Okay? So this is in an American show, right? So in American show, a husband, in this particular show, the husband, the wife believes the husband is dead. Then the wife have moved on and start sleeping with another man, which is like very normal and very common with the American culture, I guess, right? Or depending on a certain part of the world. But in CN TV shows, ML sacrifices his life. Male lead, ML is male lead. So the main character, sacrifices his life. So the female character will either A, never find a new man, never move on, or B, she will choose to commit suicide to be with him in the afterlife. Damn. So it's different. She will never sleep with another man. She is so loyal. She will never move on. Wow. So for example, he's showing some shows. Male lead dies, she kneels for 500 years so he can come back to life. She neglects her child and the second male lead who was very good to her. Another show here, male lead sacrificed his life, okay. As you can see, the notion of you exist for me is cemented heavily in Chinese media. Okay. I see what he's trying to say, right? In Chinese media, it's way different. The male lead and female lead and harem cannot move on. The male lead or female lead and harem must be pure for each other, and they can only exist for each other. So with Girls Frontline 2, this is where it comes in, right? Girls Frontline 2. Commander lives for 10 years. Alright, the commander leave the harem, the waifus for 10 years, just for the waifus to then have their own lives or move on. So this type of storytelling would not be okay in the eyes of the Chinese viewers, Chinese players, especially with how they have been indoctrinated for the past decade. The legendary NTR. Okay. Raymond and 95 plot summary. Okay. I would love for someone to show me a CN female MC TV show where the male lead would ever accept a special sentimental pen if he's a writer, a special sentimental gloves if he's a hockey player, a special sentimental cloth for his hilt if he's a warrior, etc, etc, from another woman who isn't the main female MC. You just can't. These special moments are reserved for the main lovers in CN literature, okay? Specifically for Chinese literature. And yes, I've also read the current event story. The banner character stargazing with the old man. As a Westerner myself, do I believe the scene was NTR? Not really. However, when I consider Eastern culture and remember how Yubi and old man are the NTR kings in doujins, and also how stargazing is a very romantic gesture in CN media, and how in the CN female MC story, you will never see the male lead stargaze with another woman. The implications then become questionable. I've also leaked future events, and I believe these storylines don't suit a male CN target audience. It has been a few days since the latest banner drop, and GFL2 has already dropped out of the top 200 revenue charts. Wow. Okay, I do believe this. I think I know what BiliBili video that is. Mika's latest response saying they will correct the writers might not be because they are sorry, and more so because they are losing money fast. I can see that. And in CN, they are literally known as the NTR game. If you love NTR, Girls Frontline 2. As a company, I believe their recent statement was a good choice. However, will it actually fix the current issue? Their reputation? I don't know. Snowbreak developers also sent shots at Mika. In their last stream, they say what current players are angry at another company for doing, we will never do. Read comments under the official thread. Snowbreak fans are now also mocking Mika. Snowbreak versus Girls Frontline 2. Did Snowbreak just started drama with Girls Frontline 2? As a big Snowbreak fan, I think they are doing the wrong thing. They should start drama with Gan. No, they shouldn't start drama with Gan. They will never win. Okay, let me see. Wow. Snowbreak. Let's see. What is this? Google Translate. In the comments. Where is it though? I'm not going to scroll through all of this. Somebody say in the comments down there, is it? So Snowbreak responded to a person. Yeah, I can't really find it. It would be nice if there's a screenshot. Or is it this long essay? When optimizing, we have received a lot of other valuable feedback suggestions during the live broadcast. Okay. I mean, it's good to be able to want to improve for sure, right? Okay, so let's give it the benefit of the doubt that this is actually true. What current players are angry at another company for doing, we will never do. They didn't specify the another company though, to be fair, right? It could be Genshin, you know, or whatever, right? But anyways, read the comments under their official thread. Okay, so that's fair. I'm not going to scroll through all of the comments, but here's the thing. Going mainstream was double-edged sword for Mika. Chinese audience are used to viewing their respective media in a way that confines to them. I've read countless harem waifu Chinese novels and manhwas and watched every male-centric CN TV series, and I'll say this. You will never find stories like Girls Frontline 2 in any piece of CN fictional work for a male audience. There's just too much romantic insinuations in Girls Frontline 2 with other male counterparts. And with Mika attempting to write a light female MC storyline element for a CN male audience was in fact a questionable choice. If Girls Frontline 2 was a new IP, with a mixed gender cast and a singular romance route like Epic 7, I doubt most would care. So their biggest mistake is not... I guess they're trying to change it. It's what he's trying to say in a way. They want to try to like push it far beyond just being a waifu game for males. Maybe they're trying to do like something like Genshin, what Genshin is doing, right? Where a lot of females are also, a lot of girls are playing Genshin as well, right? Because of the story. Maybe that's what. But I doubt that was going to be the case because there's not much dudes in, or there's no dudes in Girls Frontline 2 though. But if you're trying to push as a mainstream, you know, it's going to be, yeah, it's always going to be tough. It's very easy to be like, hahaha, CN losers mad cause woman talk to another man. However, such viewpoints came from a place of ignorance and an extreme culture gap. Definitely, I can see that being a thing. It is pretty dumb to not cater to the freaks males. They should always cater to their main audiences first, right? So, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard because Girls Frontline, the first one, GFL1, didn't do so well, right? I mean, it's doing, I don't know how well is it doing right now in CN actually. I have no idea. But as far as I know, it's not super popular. Maybe they try to like, because of that, they want to try to switch it up a little bit, right? So that's the thing. It's going to be difficult. Even in manhwas, the other females don't have any other love interest other than the MC. Customer is always right, as they say. Like at least your main one, right? I can see that. But for now, you know, I do think that this is a very interesting perspective looking into this. Definitely a very, very long essay for sure. I do appreciate him for writing this up, and you know, for other players to try to understand the perspective of, you know, the CN culture and how from their perspective they view at things differently. But you know, for now we can only see what's next, right? Because at the end of the day, is the game going to improve? Because right now it's not doing well. It has dropped out of top 200 revenue charts, which is kind of unfortunate actually. Top 200, barely making top 200 in CN. So if it continues to go this way, it's going to be unfortunate. But yeah, people that say story don't matter, you can clearly tell right here, story do matter for a lot of people, right? People care. To the point the game is not doing well and the company need to restructure their writers, their story writers. Good story makes a whole lot of difference, right? And I do think that that's the case for, you know, maybe for some people they don't read story, and I understand that, right? But for, you can't just look at just from your perspective, right? Because at the end of the day, they're trying to market this game to more audience, and a lot of people do care about the story. They want to get a good story out of the game they play or games. GFL2 launching globally doesn't change their situation. They gotta fix the game first, right? If they can't even cater to their CN audience, how can you expect them to cater to global audience, right? It's going to be a, yeah, what if global audience don't like it as well, you know? Then they are just throwing away money at that point. So they gotta be extra careful from this point onwards. They gotta do what they gotta do. They gotta fix the game, make it better. I would rather global have a superior version of the game, like a better improved version, than right now it seems like it's, you know, it's all over the place and a bit messy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.